in the music industry as such is not as sort of convenient or easy in a way as being a producer. What about like there was just a whole lot of confusion around my brand. Even okay, I almost exposed myself. So
the music industry is not the music industry without the dark side, Ndwana. And you sent out some cryptic stuff, some cryptic tweets. So what's up with that, man? What was going on in your life at that point, man?
I think one thing that people who are in the industry and people who are trying to break in the industry should know is that, you know, just even outside the industry, like there's reality, there's delusion, you know, and most of us pretty much get into a pedestal of success way too early at a point where we haven't learned to deal with delusion or reality or something. We get caught up in people feeding us certain egos of being the best producer of all time.
Yes,
Yo, you are the rapper guy. Hey, when you are like a Kanye, you are the great. You know, where in actual reality, like, we're all human and we all have our spatial capabilities, but it's not all that. Like, you know, we're here to do our shit, and
you can be humbled at any point.
At any point. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you don't have to face such things, because you know the reality of things, and you don't really, it's not easy for people to feed you delusion. So I think just in the industry and just as people, we just get caught up into delusion because it's exciting, man. You know,
you blow your own horn. You know, once a wise man once said, like, somebody said, once you get into that stage, then you stop learning. So now it's like I sing feel, man, you know, and that's when you take the step back. That's when everything starts rolling back. Because now you're not moving forward. Your mind is closed off itself off to anything now, you know, and you're basking in your glory, you know. And I think that is the biggest problem that I have, Mina. Out of, you know, one of the reasons I stopped for a minute to produce as well was how rappers could just, and I know it's not just about rap, but I feel in rap is more prevalent because rap is like a contact sport, you know, like ego driven and all of that. And then so Donald Trump and says, I'm like, really, and I find kids just a bit of traction, not even, you're not even there yet. You know, you haven't even bought your mama a crib. Yeah. So I was big, you know what I'm saying? And that really kind of got to me. But I also realized, you know what? That's just the nature of the game, you know, like, and if you learn how to overcome, go around it, then life, for me, it really took so much out of me. And I was like, you know what, I can't deal with this, because for me as a producer, like you said, you know, it's much easier now for you guys because the social media kind of played its role as well. For us, social media wasn't even a thing. But it was just Facebook. Now, Facebook was like, okay, what is this thing? Nobody understands it, you know? But it was much tougher to kind of, you want to reach out to dudes like, hey man, hey pro, man, now I'm doing my own thing. I don't support to pro is nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just making an example, but that's the type of stuff we would face where you're trying to reach out to people that you've done amazing work for. You've put them on the map. Dudes are buying cribs because of your hits, but dudes ain't giving back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, even your fight with the AK and Dwana, like, I mean, I know you guys have kind of work things out, you know what I'm saying? But for even it to get to that point, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you know, the problem with the industry is that I don't know whether it's a conscious thing or I think it's subconscious because of delusion. But for me, per se, like the thing that almost like really got me to make irrational decisions or whatever the case is the fact that I was delusional enough to believe that my value, people would actually appreciate me for my value, like without them having to benefit from it. And that's just the reality of things. People only when you become
just
resourceful,
like you for who you are.
Yeah, when you become resourceful it's only natural for, and it's not even a bad thing, because I mean you're resourceful. You're the hottest producer at that point, or you're the hottest artist, or whatever.
So people gravitate
everybody's
towards
gonna, you know.
Yes. And as soon as you stop being that dude, that plug,
yeah, or they've gotten whatever it is. Because with me per se, I've made friends in the industry to find out that they weren't friends. I think that was the thing that fucked with me the most, because I know that people were like not genuine. I know that people have egos or whatever the case is. I've always kept my head grounded. I can't say that I lost myself. I've never lost myself, you know, because I'm a person that I'm still around and I'm still doing things.
Or you haven't been as successful to lose yourself, or you haven't got to that point where...
I don't think I'll ever, because I understand the reality of, look, bro, like...
You see the examples.
Many came and went. You're not anything special for you to come and like stay there. Like siyafa sonke. And young toilet. And with me, it was just a thing of, because as a person, I'm just a free spirit, man. And you know, I understand that people have weird energies and whatever the case is, but for me, it's just too much to keep up with, to have to be now stuck up, you know. So I'm just this is life. I'm cool. Hotman me honor, you know. If you decide to come with the negative stuff, the only thing is that I let it get to me, you know, because it was like, yo, Pincham, why? And it's like, no. Reality says, bro, come on. You really thought that nigga was your friend? Like, you really thought it, like, you know? And the moment now when you kick into reality, it's like, you know what? That nigga was not my friend, Vele, or Vele, the industry is like this. And the moment you realize that, and you have the emotional intelligence or open-mindedness to be able to move
deal
on
with it,
and be okay with it, everything is well.
It changes.
Because
Everything changes.
at the end of the day, you don't lose yourself, and you still living a happy life, and everything is going according to you. So, yeah.
When STC sends you an email, right? So you send Nasty a beat, and then a year later he sends you an email with a contract. And then boom, you got an international placement in a way.
Just to correct
put it in
that.
context.
Yeah,
put it in context.
So, swap email with Twitter.
Okay.
What's it? Twitter or Instagram, one of the two. Right? In fact, we've been trying to work for so long, but Tuntwana's busy, and you know, he's got like, his focus is so sharp, like he doesn't get distracted by too many things. So, you know, when he's got his eyes fixed on something, he can't really entertain other things, you know. So we've been trying to work for a very long time, since he came into the game up until Azabe, you know. And I sent him a beat at one point, because he said, yo, he put up his email address, beat at whatever the beat thingy was. And I was like, yo, my G, I'm going to send some stuff, also just look out for it. And he's like, yo, please, definitely. Sent him some stuff, he's like, yo, got it, definitely got it. Okay, cool. Some time flies, forgot about the situation. Then it's like, yo, those beats, are they still living? And oh, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I'm trying to move on this one, you know. Okay, cool, yeah. I'll get someone from my team to come drop off the publishing things. You can sign them off. They'll come back with it to the office. Publishing guy comes through. Here's the publishing forms. Cool. Publishing splits. Nasty's real name and percentage, my real name.
David, is it
David? David, something.
Something, yeah. London,
and then we've got Dumelot and Matibula there, Tweezy, he split. And then we've got some Shaquisha sounding whatever name and ASAP Ferg. I was like, whoa! What the hell is going on? I was like, dude, what's going on here? It's like, yeah, this is publishing splits for a song. Oh, you telling me that ASAP Ferg is on this joint? Yeah. Is this something you're still putting in the works? Or no, it's a done deal. Sign the thing and
let's get it popping.
Get the fuck out of here. Really? Song comes out, video comes out. I'm like, oh my fucking god. Fucking king.
That's crazy,
bro.
Take me through that process, man. Like,
yo,
what was the inspiration behind? It means for other kids, you know, obviously.
You know,
What is that? Obviously, speak about that experience and also talk about just your experience, your process in studio or at home when you just.
Just overall, my process is pretty much simple because I just work in one space, which is my place. Whether the artist comes through or not, that's up to them. But, it's just a thing of. Also, I'm patient enough to sort of try to understand what the artist is actually looking for. I mean, for me to be able to get the 3 proclaimed biggest placements and levels and whatever, like it took me really understanding what Keenan was looking for, because I mean I went through so many rejections and him thinking that this is the one, but where Ego would have said, you know what, fuck this nigga, like he doesn't know whatever. But it's like, no man, he's an artist and there's something in particular he's looking for. The more you put yourself at a point of understanding that, the easier it will become. And that's exactly what happened. I spent like 11-12 months just submitting, decoding, trying to. He didn't even give me much information because I think he was still trying to figure it out. And then one day I'd read like a magazine interview where he talks about the album, or I watch V Entertainment or something, and then from there I get those little pieces of whatever the case is, and it's like, samples, house samples, whatever this vibe, whatever the case is. Then at that point when I really understood it, now when I'm submitting things, now he's like,
that's the one.
That's the one.